Oh! Greetings, Wanderer. This is Atlas here, and welcome to the Void. Today I'm going to be reacting and breaking down a song called Apotheosis from the JOURNEY original soundtrack. This is one of the coffee personal requests that I had scheduled for this month, and this one comes from Mandraxon, and the comment says, "Hi Atlas, I recently got into your breakdowns on YouTube thanks to your breakdowns on the Trail series and earlier your breakdown of Coalescence. So my request is from one of my favorite video games, Journey, which to be honest, I'm surprised no one has requested yet. Specifically the penultimate track, Apotheosis. It's a game about a pilgrim searching for meaning and progress and exploring this desolate yet beautiful landscape, while sometimes bumping into strangers and communicating only with chirps. It's one of my favorite tracks, and considering how much I liked your previous analysis, I'm very interested to see what you have to say. Thank you very much." Well, thank you very much, Mandraxon, for your request and of course your incredible support. There has been a couple of requests of not necessarily about this particular song, but in the comments about Journey. But it hasn't had like a like a very strong pull, let's say. Not a lot of people have requested it so far. But I'm really glad that you did, because I know that the composer of this game also made the music for Apsu. I haven't played Journey, but I played Apsu, and the music in Apsu is absolutely astonishing. It's incredible. So I'm really looking forward to this track based on the Apsu soundtrack. But before we begin, I would like to invite you to listen to my latest track, which is a BERSERK inspired track called Conceived in Blood, which is the song that you have been listening in the intro of this video so far. So if you like it and you would like to listen to the full song, I'm going to leave it in this card right here, but also in the description of this video, right? So with that being said, onward. Okay, this is going to be Apotheosis from the Journey original soundtrack. Boom. That was very cool. I really like that passage in the strings with the mixing the spiccato with the legato. Better. Wow. That arrangement is insanely good. Oof. There's a synthesizer pad in the back. It's crazy the overtones that that synthesizer has. Oh! It actually has a resolution. All right, there we have it. Wow, I for a second I thought that the track wasn't going to have a resolution at the end, but it does have at the end with that note. This song was really, really good. It has a lot of space, you know. There's a lot of space for very long passages with sustained notes and whatnot. And I have seen, footage from the game in YouTube and whatnot. And you can see this really open space with these dunes and whatnot. And obviously, that translates incredible. The soundtrack, or at least this song, is translating that very well. But I'm going to be talking more in depth about those things in the breakdown. So let's break it down. Okay, so I want to play with the guitar a little bit of that part that I really like, that is like this spiccato with this little transition in legato in the strings. And I'm going to try to play that in the guitar to get like kind of a feeling on the instrument. And then I'm going to be talking more in depth about, the open nature of the track and how it... how it pertains to the video game and so on and so forth. So let me get my guitar. Yeah. That is so cool that then he did like a variation of the thing, and it starts alternating the two notes in between the root note and this will be like the root note and the other one. I'm trying to play the guitar, this part right here, muted, because that's the closest I can get to the spiccato sound that there's on the strings. If I mute it too much, it would sound more like an staccato or a pizzicato even. Yeah, that sounds more like a pizzicato thing, so it's important to try to emulate, of course, the sound of the spiccato, not to mute the strings so much, to let the strings ring a little bit, to kind of emulate that same articulation in the strings. And in theory, that part shouldn't even be picked because it's pure legato, but it's kind of hard to pull off in an acoustic guitar. Yeah, it's kind of confusing to do. Obviously, I could put it off if I sit down and practice. But the idea is that you don't really pick the note, and instead you do something that's called the hammer-on to have less attack in the note, so it can sound like the notes are flowing in between each other. That's the kind of the legato articulation that gives that very much that same premise. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so now let's talk about the very general premise of the song, all right? Like I said before, the song it's extremely open, you know what I mean? A lot of sustained, long legato passages all around the song. Of course, there's different points in the track where you have counter melodies that actually create a balance in between, the the long sustained passages with that very same premise of, you know, more you know, arrangements that have more attacking to them, specifically, you know, the spiccato thing, which we can hear in different parts of the song. At the end of the day, the track is trying just to evoke that sense of openness that there is in this world, because like I said before, I have seen you know, screenshots and gameplay of the game, and you can see that it's an open field of just beautiful dunes and this really incredible dawn, a very beautiful visualization of the world, right? And I think that this track translates that beautifully. Now, I don't know what happens during the song, because the song is called Apotheosis. And, you know, Apotheosis, it's when someone makes a transition towards godhood. I don't know if that works, if that word exists, but basically you become a god, you know? Maybe you were a normal person and you become a god, or a demigod becomes a god, you know, you basically become a deity, you know, a supreme being. So I don't know if the track is actually speaking about a character in the game making that transition in between being, you know, this, maybe the main character making this transition in between, you know, the character made all this journey through this vast open land of dunes, and eventually gets a grasp of some immense power that makes that transition to become like a godlike figure. Now, my favorite thing was actually how the song resolves, and, you know, towards the ending arrangement, which is probably the one that is the one that is the most open, let's say. You can hear like tubular bells at the beginning of each bar, or each 2 bars, I think. You know, trying to give you the pulse and a little bit of an ominous feeling towards the end, you know? There's a certain amount of uncertainty towards the end of a song in the melody that you hear in the strings, and that tubular bell arrangement that there is in the track that is so booming and so telling of what's going towards the end. And of course, there's the element of the ending note that is actually giving the resolution to the track. The track actually has an ending, a resolution to the song. And in the comment request from Madraxon, the comment said that it's one of the latest tracks of the soundtrack. So I'm guessing that this is a song that happens or is towards the end of the game. So this sounds like more of a conclusion of the whole video game, right? Maybe the next song, this is the penultimate track, which means it's either the ending track of the whole video game, and, you know, the next one probably is the song that plays in the credits and whatnot. That's something very common, or is something akin to those terms, right? And it actually sounds like a swan song in some sense. It sounds very hopeful at the beginning. Well, the intro, it's very mysterious, and that's what you want to achieve with that. Then you have some sort of sense of where the song is going, but towards the end, it has a change in the character of it and the storytelling of it, and turns a little bit into more of an ominous thing with the whole tubular bell and the tubular bells arrangement that there is in it. You know, which is incredibly simple, but that doesn't matter. It works perfectly to what it's trying to communicate or achieve. And then, of course, towards the end, the song has this resolution with this sort of melancholic melody that is playing on the strings. So, yeah, you could say that this song is quite the journey, indeed. So yeah, to finalize my comment, I would like to say that this song is really good. I really enjoyed it. My favorite parts were the transition at the beginning where it plays this spiccato with a legato arrangement in the strings. I love that, and the ending was probably my favorite part. You know, the more tamed, isolated, only the strings. I think it's even a solo instrument. I think at the end with the tubular bells. Very simple arrangement, and the resolution at the end, it was really good. So I think I'm gonna give this track a very, very high golden badge. It's almost a diamond badge, but I'm gonna give it a golden badge. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and share it with your friend. Also, please don't forget to visit my Patreon, my Ko-fi profile, and my Ko-fi store in case you want to support my work further, and my Teespring merch shop. And of course, ex nihilo nihil fit.